Welcome back, brothers and scrap collectors. Today we're diving into another no-hold-bar, metal-melting, win-farming bloodbath. Here in Beyond All Reason, we've got no supply cap, no safety net, and absolutely no mercy on this battlefield. This time it's an 8v8 on this beautiful forest map. I hope you brought up your D-guns and bad decisions, because this one's shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful mess of explosions, economy snipes. Let's meet the poor brave soul enough. Let's meet the poor souls brave enough to spawn in the top ranked player for the Red Hand team, JTL, opening up with bots as the Armada commander here. He's going in to die fast, hit hard, as he starts spamming his ticks over to our second in command, Blopson here, also an Armada commander. Once again, opening up bots, proving that red team is bot fanatics here, looking to get that early game aggression on top of the enemy team as quickly as possible. Over to the blue hand side of the map, we have our Rowan Morse here, our blue Cortex commander. Gonna be opening vehicles, more slow, hard hitting than the bots, and definitely more cost efficient. For our second in command for the blue hand team, another Armada commander, opening up bots as well. Gonna be Lord Fivehead. We've met our two generals on each side of the map here. For those of you who are a little bit newer to bar and don't understand the faction differences, Armada, faster, more precise, but fragile, and built for quick tactical run-bys. Meanwhile, Cortex, they hit harder, more like brutes. They walk in slower, but they pack an absolute wallop. Now let's talk about the eco side of this game, as everyone's looking to set up their lines across the map. You need metal. Metal makes the world go around. You get metal from these mexes that can be scattered across the map. There is plenty of metal on this map. As you can see, this is one of the more richer maps in Beyond All Reason. And you also need energy to use your metal efficiently. Energy you can get from either building wind turbines, solo collectors here, or by consuming the forest around you. A little bit of economical damage to the landscape is quite necessary here when you're waging war against your fellow robot kind. See the expansions here heading up towards the middle. Let's see where players choose to take their stand and where the lines will be drawn as each team looks to stabilize themselves and perhaps switch units into more hard-hitting units as the game progresses. The way the game will generally work is you want tinier units such as ticks or pawns here to stop any units from leaking onto your side of the map, because just one pawn, one tick could cause catastrophic damage as it can sneak by and kill all your mexes, wreaking havoc on your economy and your team's economy, putting you severely behind in the early game, which will translate into a mid-game powerhouse for the opposing team. Here we have Blopson opting to open up with some constructions here to get some build power in order to fuel his energy production on the front line here. When most players end up going build power on the front line, it means they plan for either a forward lab so their units can come to the front faster, or they're looking to build hard, hitting defenses to lock down the area. Neza, another very strong commander for the Red Hand team here, walking up this me. Pushing him back here with a few shots from his commander. His turret's gonna decay here. He's looking to get up his purple turret here to deny the orange turret, controlling this landscape. JTL though seems to be winning. He is the strongest player on the Red Hand side. That is to be expected. We have Electro 97 here, and a light blue commander looking to set up their Rocketeers, rocket bots. This is what most players will generally look to transition into as the game progresses. As you can see, even the best player in the match is doing so. These have longer ranges and use more for kiting and killing defenses, since sending your poor little bots to just into the metal extractor, the metal grinder here, to melt them down is not usually the best play. And a great way to avoid that is by building these Rocketeers that have solid range, solid survivability, and great potential. Blopson here opting to go for a gauntlet and artillery unit here. This is very greedy. This costs 1,200 metal. This is half a tier 2 lab. This is a quite big investment The only problem here is if blue sees this and they react quickly enough before this can get its value done, they can absolutely shut this down, as Blobson has nothing, literally nothing here to stop a push, and he's gonna get overrun here as blue decides to jump on top of him here. Not in position to even D-gun. What a blunder from Blobson here as the turrets continue to roll in. He's trying to repair it up. It will go down. That's sinking metal to the bottom of the ocean there. That is absolute a travesty for Blobson here. Not only that, but now these 7 blitzes are allowed to run free reign into the backline here. Easy pickings, as it's an all-you-can-eat buffet for these blitzes. They can choose where to go, what to eat, man. They have absolute freedom here. This is the best place to be in the blue commander's shoes. And not only is he killing the second best commander on red side here, but there is nothing here to stop it. As you can see the map, we expand and we can clearly see the landscape. No one is coming to help Blobson here, and this will devastate his economy. As long as blue keeps up good APM here, he can completely win the game alone from this devastating push. Brown now forced to respond, stopping any more leaking. They need to get this metal. That is an insane amount of metal. That moves us on to another mechanic in Beyond All Reason. You can reclaim metal from fallen comrades, fallen units, fallen structures. Everything can be reclaimed for about 60 to 70% of the total metal value you put into it. And we can just see devastation in the backline. Blobson basically out of the game, nothing left but his commander and regret from that decision to go gauntlet. On the left hand side here, we have a quite formidable force of Rocketeer 10 continuing to build up. The way you respond to Rocketeers is not generally with Whistlers. If you're already outnumbered, Whistlers are an okay option, but generally you want to go fast hitting units like Blitzes, as they can get on top of them very easily and they'll just out DPS them. Whistlers are a better choice if you already have more of that opposing unit type. So these are both long-range artillery units pretty much. Both teams here looking to assist their teammate Neza. T7 is in need of help, and Desami looking to help Lord Fivehead here on his frontline push. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, let's take a look. We have Rowan Morris, the strongest blue commander, looking to push up and secure this lake settlement here, getting the mexes, stopping Pink from walking up, and a commander drops. That is a huge blow to red side's economy. Not only does that feed blue 1.2 thousand metal, but he has no hope of holding this blue force back now, especially with no D-guns. He needed that to be his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, those D-guns. And there goes his lab now, forced to produce nothing. He is a fish in a barrel just waiting to be slaughtered. He can do absolutely nothing. Nikki Sama doing his best though, solo holding the middle of the map, looking to push up into Professor Claps. A D-gun coming out, one D-gun hits, one misses, another one connects here. He's not microing, he's AFK, eyes closed, monitor off, as he has no idea how to control these units, just letting them stand there and get absolutely fried. Probably macroing back at home happens to the best of us. I've definitely been there, where I've walked an entire army straight into a D-gun and lost the game. It happens to every player who plays bar. D-guns are an absolute menace and they have to be respected. Always make sure when you're pushing into an enemy commander, you are microing purely and not trying to macro, as I imagine he went back to macro and lost some units to a free D-gun. It's always a mistake I still make, and I know even the high rank players will make that mistake from time to time. Just avoiding those D-guns can be very crucial, especially in a close game like this where it's still anyone's game. The blue hand side though is starting to push through. We need some help on the right hand side though. Trash Blob, let's check in on him and how he's doing. Barely starting to recover here, getting some Whistlers out against Whistlers. That's never the play here, especially when they're knocking on your door. As they look to destroy the bot lab here, he will crumble away his economy. Maybe he could look for some D-guns, but with good micro from the green commander, he should never allow that to occur. Copters here looking to catch these Rocketeers, but they're just kiting him into infinity and beyond. They trying to kick the pink commander. I don't even know what he did. He did his best, holding the front line. He tried his best, and yet, since he's a low-ranking player, they just want him out of here to take his stuff. Communism is the name of the game when you generally see people trying to kick lower rank players because they think they can use their units better than the lower ranked players can, so they'll try and kick him out in order to absorb their units. Block commander here looking to reclaim the metal, maybe just giving it to his team, trying to get as much metal into his team's economy, feeding his team like he's feeding a newborn child, just trying to give as much as he can, as he looks like his time is running thin. 10% HP on that commander, it's all he has left. Orange forced to respond, holding the front and saving his teammate. This man is the savior. He's the lowest ranked player in the match, but yet he feels like he's doing so much, putting the entire team's weight on his back, doing a phenomenal job for being OS 14 here. Very good job from Nikki Sama in this game. We have Electro's base here getting demolished into smithereens. This is basically 2,000 metal gifted over to the blue side. Pink barely holds on here, has the banisher up, but it makes a mistake there and fires it into the radar jammer. So now he's only gonna get one volley out before he's obliterated into the metal scrap. Rowan Morris here could look just to walk his commander over and consume that for some nice metal. The Fiends burning his whole base to cinders. There's nothing left in the wreckage. He has become environmental storytelling. He'll be remembered throughout the ages. Electro. Let's hop on over to the left hand side of the map, as they are their only hope now for red hand side. We have 5,000 metal on the side of the map here. That is an insane amount of money. Another commander goes down. There must be about 7k here now. We need to grab this metal as fast as possible in order to not only take it from the enemy, but to fuel it into our economy. We have to get a good push on the left hand side of the map here, or the right hand side from blue team will devastate the rest of red team's economy. Pink is trying to hold on as best as he can, as he tries to stall for the red hand side here. The Resbots coming out, trying to suck dry that bullet. That was a delicious meal, those Resbots say. And now they're gonna make him change side. What a sad way to go out. The Mausers here, long range artillery, shelling away here at these laser turrets. Gonna slowly poke and prod and gain some space back here. That's not the most important part. The most important part about this is now they have access to this entire metal field, uncontested. About 5,000 metal here, including this commander, given over to the red hand side. But is it going to be enough for red team to make a comeback? Tier 2 on the way for Lord 5 head here, looking to stall this one out. He has a very good idea here. He just wants to turtle. He's going to build some walls here, try and funnel the red team's units into this choke point here to maximize the amount of time it takes for him to lose, giving his team on the right hand side, as we zoom out here, the right hand side of the map, to snowball the game in favor of blue. We have Sheldons now shelling away, destroying the landscape. Pawns, grunts in the backline, decimating the economy of red, further cementing blue's commanding position here. Pink has fallen. Witness him as he fights a glorious battle to the bitter end. Stalling for as long as humanly possible, did his best. We salute him, as the left hand flank is all that remains. The only hope left. JTL also has a huge position here in the middle, but I think it's just a little bit too late, as the right hand side is closing in. Blopson dead, Electro dead, Aqua dead, and another guy here, we forgot his name, but he'll be remembered in the history books. Hopefully somebody will remember that guy. As we push forward, JTL here trying to get maybe some devastating damage. This probably will be the final push of red before they surrender. The resign vote has come out. JTL's looking if he can get any devastating damage to pull them back into this game, but the blue team's quick, decisive reaction here stops JTL right in his tracks as he taps out of the game. The resign vote one step closer to coming out. But then we have Seven and Neza here on the left hand flank here, pushing in, getting commanding, devastating damage here onto the green player here, breaking open the left hand flank here. But will it matter? Probably not. as the light hand blue team is just circling. Oh, the economy on the flank is dropping. You can see in the top right hand corner, metal per second, 250% in favor of blue. It's writings on the wall. The match is over. Red is now just holding hostage. Or maybe they just don't fully grasp the situation they are in, because blue is just, they're way too far ahead. Orange, Neza still believes that he can create something glorious, endlessly pushing in. The res bots are on their smoke break here as they sit here seeing all this beautiful feed in front of them, but choosing not to eat. The vote has been passed,
Commander,
and that will be the game. Devastating destruction from red side. Blue faltering on their left hand, the top hand left flank, but the right hand side of blue came in clutch, demolishing red's front line. Too fast, too concise. Also Blobson, massive leak here that just allowed the enemy to pile in, destroying him, completely knocking out the second best player from red side of the map here. I think that was the biggest factor in the game, was Blobson falling so early. We want to look at the statistic here. Damage dealt, light blue coming out on top. JTL, both 121k, same type vibe, both trying to carry their team. Both very high ranking OS players here. Top level gameplay here from both sides. And with that, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. It would mean a lot to me. Hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned because I'll be bringing you more content.